All right, moving on. Does Sydney Sweeney actually have great genes? Okay, so if you're like me, which I don't suspect you are, but if you are, you have no idea who Sydney Sweeney is. That name doesn't mean anything to you, and it is just the name of a person. But over the weekend, we kept getting sent these videos of people's reaction to a jeans ad. So you may have heard it because you know how information flows on your phones, but we're just getting to talk about it right now. So I'm going to play. You know what? I'll play a commercial, uh, and then I'll play another commercial. The first commercial is it'll prime you, and the second one will kind of explain what we're going to talk about a little bit better. So let's talk about the first one first. Here we go.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
You see what I did there, right?
So really at the end of that was Sydney Sweeney, of course, her voice. And at the end of it, it says, Sydney Sweeney has great genes, right? And of course, obviously, that's a double entendre. In the ad, if you weren't able to see it, she's kind of walking around. She's a very, I wouldn't say she's a voluptuous, curvaceous person, but maybe she has a larger cup size, maybe. But she thinks that these jeans are doing her curves some favors, right? And then she's kind of walking around in the ad as though that's the reality. I suspect it is for her. And it's not until the end where you see the Sydney, oh my God, Sydney Sweeney has great genes, that you start to get like, oh, okay, this is a celebration of her genetics, right? Because of the double entendre. Okay. Now I'm going to play the second ad, and this is where things sort of get ratcheted up a bit. So here we go.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
All right. So now we're really leaning into the idea of genetics. And if you see the ad, she's sort of laying on her back and she's like zipping up her jeans very slowly. And she's speaking with that low, sort of sultry type of voice. And the camera's panning slowly along the side of her body as she's like zipping up her jeans and rolling to the camera, almost trying to seduce the viewer while wearing these clothes. So I'm going to share an article from CNN that helps make this picture, and immediately we're going to throw to you, Q, because you actually kind of know this person a little bit more than I do. All right. Again, from CNN, the great ongoing American conversation escalated into a great American bar fight this summer as a long and increasingly unhinged national back and forth about race, politics, sexuality, the nature of both the Trump administration and fame itself was triggered by a jeans ad. What happened? American Eagle released a campaign starring the exceedingly charismatic actress Sydney Sweeney. In one ad, she is seen clad in a revealing version of the Canadian tuxedo, veritably busting out of a not really buttoned up jean jacket. But though the mere facts of her physical existence have ignited multiple national debates previously, in this case, the reason people are talking is that the ad script had her making puns about genes with the letter G, like genetics, and jeans, like the clothes you wear. Some viewers immediately connected the genetics commentary to her brilliant blue eyes and blonde, fine hair. After all, it was just last October that Donald Trump was identifying bad genes as a cause invented or real crime, invented or real crime committed by immigrants. Many felt that the ad was playing into this dark, not very concealed conversation about genetics in America. Okay. So that's the debate, Q. I don't know. You kind of, this came to your attention before it came to mine. Talk to me a little bit.
It's tough to talk about things like this because I don't like to be blind or tone deaf to acts of covert or overt racism. It's a jeans ad.
Mm-hmm.
So the jeans pun is right there. And Sydney Sweeney's entire celebrity is based on her genes. It might be that she's blonde and blue eyed. Actually, we live in America, so it's
Absolutely that. Yeah.
because she's blonde and blue eyed. However, also because of what you pointed out, the kind of tenor of the commercial of the ad is this kind of overplayed sexual tone, which isn't normal for, the all American Canadian tuxedo. Pardon the contradicting puns there. Jean advertisement. Calvin Klein would go with scantily clad in just underwear or just jeans with no top, but with their back to us, so it wasn't so overt. Sydney Sweeney's entire persona is overt sexuality. Like that's the whole game with her. So I'd be inclined to think when they say genes, meaning genetics, that they're talking about the body that her genes gave her, not her skin and eye color. But it is an American company, American red, white, and blue flag, American eagle,
Yeah.
and the United States of America, right as the administration has leaned so heavily into bad, quote unquote, genes.
Mm-hmm.
So even if that wasn't the intent, and I'm willing to hear the argument that it wasn't, because again, it's Sydney Sweeney. Like I think the whole reason we went with the jeans here is so she can have her jean jacket unbuttoned and all of her, be the star of the commercial. But don't be so tone deaf, as the same thing I never want to be, as to ignore the current temperature of the country. And you can put something out like this and make a mistake, but nobody makes mistakes anymore. You put something out like this, you're called on how it could be perceived away, and you double down and defend your free speech as long as your free speech aligns with those who are in power.
Yeah.
So the contradicting, I might have just made that word up, but the contradicting nature of this conversation,
I'm following.
where I've seen Fox News host go after Sydney Sweeney for her overt sexuality and her, being tempting to young men and her flaunting her assets, are now celebrating her for those same things because they think they can own the libs. And owning the libs is the whole game now, even if it means destroying your country. So,
if I may, the reason that the libs might take exception to this ad is because I think the term is eugenics. And like kind of the chatter around that is at an all-time high, where people are obsessed with the purity of the white race as though that's a thing. And they don't look at whiteness as a series of mutations, but indeed they look at it as the highest achievement of humanity thus far. And, the darker your skin is, somehow that you're a less evolved Homo sapiens sapien. I think the sun would like to have a few words in that conversation, but there's people who really have this sort of baseless foundation on how they view the world. And those people are up right now because of Donald Trump's administration, right? So everybody that voted for Donald Trump, you also voted to kind of create a reality where these people feel emboldened, right? These eugenics folks, if that is the term that I'm thinking of. And so as this woman is in this ad talking about how genes are passed down from parents to offspring, my body's composition is determined by my genes. And of course, she's blonde hair, blue eyed, that whole thing. It's just really knocking on a door that would be very upsetting because it's too close to the eugenics conversation. And it almost supports them and gives them fodder to use. And it kind of removes the rest of us who are don't look like her from the conversation. And that feels a little weird. So So yeah, but that's why people are talking.